That works.
You're live.
Oh, we are live. Yay. Hi, and welcome to welcome to Conscious Gatherers. Apologize, we couldn't get on the other going live. We're not sure for whatever reason. So hang in there. Those that hopefully you can notice that we're on another live stream. Um, so little technical difficulties. Don't know what happened. It just kept buffering. So anyway, we do have quite a bit to share today. So we do welcome you once you come in. And I know a couple of you wanted to come live. So um, we'll kind of chit chat for a moment until people find us. But anyway, yeah, a little frustrating. So I was like, right. Anyway, this is Conscious Gatherers. My name is Beverly Thompson.
And I am AJ Royce.
By the way, my name is Beverly. It did not come out very clearly on the last episode. So thank you, Richie, for letting me know that because it did sound kind of funny. So why that happened, but we have found glitches. Yeah. In this. We do. Okay, somebody is on live. Thank goodness. Good. So yeah, we've had difficulties.
You found us.
Yes, yeah. So thank you for being here. Okay, I'm flustered. I was like, what just happened here? But this is our, excuse me, our season 6, and episode is 157. So, and today's date, by the way, is October the 14th, 2025. So we welcome you all. And it's been an interesting day. And it's just like we're realizing more and more every single day more about ourselves.
Yeah.
And boy, as that come in the last couple of weeks. And so if it's happening with us, I have a feeling that it is happening with many of you also. And you still may ask yourself, is this real or am I making this up?
So, as I say, you can't make this stuff up.
You can't. Yeah. Sometimes it's so far out there that it's like, no, I can't make this up because it is like, what? So you may get a lot of what's coming your way. But that is what's happening on this earth plane. And we're going to explain that a little bit further as we go into this podcast. But again, thank you for being here and thank you for finding us. So hopefully you did get our message on the chats from the last, well, it wasn't the last episode, it's this episode, but it was not coming through. So hopefully there's no issues here. So do you have anything to say about all that?
No, just let's keep on going.
This is like
we got it back in the middle of the road.
We do. I have to admit I'm technically challenged, and we're like, what do we do? What do we do? So anyway, we figured it out. So maybe maybe that's talking about we're going to figure out more of ourselves. So, there might be a reason why this all happened.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
well, there always is, there's a reason for everything. Like when you're trying to get on the road and something keeps holding you up, just be thankful for that because it may be keeping you out of harm's way further down the road. You just never know. Sometimes you don't get to find out, but you can rest assured there's a reason.
A lot of times, yeah. But more people, I think, are realizing that, okay, how come I'm going left instead of right or whatever? They may hear a voice in their head to go right, and there's always a reason for it. And some of these, some of this is coming up on, I see it on my computer, these little cute stories and very heartwarming stories. And you don't know why you're doing it, but there's a reason for it.
Yeah, I was heading to Walmart earlier this week. And I was actually not going to go to Walmart. I was going to go to another store. And so I was getting ready to make a right-hand turn and my car went straight instead of going right. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to Walmart. I ran into some dear friends that I hadn't seen in a couple of years. So it was supposed to go that way. It was a very, very nice reunion. So
And so the other thing we're saying is pay attention.
Yeah.
Because these things are happening more and more and more.
Yeah.
And so
you just have to go with the flow.
yes, yeah, yeah. And
And truly, that's what the ancients knew. They talked about the flow. Even if you study the tarot cards, the hanged man is hanging upside down. His head is, it looks like it's in this gully with nothing there, but that the flow of life, the flow energy is there. The head being immersed into the flow, and so you're actually right side up, but you just don't know it.
yeah. We're going to say, are we upside down or what? But what I'm going to share after a bit, I got the words reality switch. And it totally makes sense because we did have a pretty interesting conversations with, I'm going to go into this if it's okay with you,
Sure.
with Axel.
Yeah.
I won't go into all of it because
Maybe
now,
a little bit far to go.
yeah, it would take it'd take a while. But Axel is the one that we've been working with, and we have that energetic line of communication, and it's still there. And so, indeed, I could tell he wanted to come in and was anxious to come in today, and because I could kind of see him faintly yesterday. And it's like, okay, and he was anxious to come in today, and he did. Now, Axel's the one that we have seen. Actually, the last few episodes, we've talked about him, and I think 2 episodes ago we got, I got a name for him, and I believe he's from the Galactic Federation. So of worlds, I'm going to say Galactic Federation of Worlds versus of Light. It's, to me, it's all about the same. But it was interesting that this time, and you can jump in any time because we're both experiencing this today. They were asking us a lot of questions, and it's usually we may think of some of these beings as all-knowing. They're not. So we answered his questions as much as we could. And you want to go into that? I'm stammering a little bit here.
Well, we were being shown different devices and things. And because we looked into what he was showing us and asking us about, we learned even more about our own role in what's transpiring now. It's a lot of us wear a lot of different hats, and so at any given moment we do 1, 2, 3, or 10 things. That's just the way it is. We think of ourselves as just being three-dimensional and doing one thing at a time when that it couldn't be any further from the truth.
And you're going to start experiencing this if you haven't already. You experienced, without going into the details, but you were driving a car the other day, and then all of a sudden, you found yourself on another.
I saw myself doing in a totally different situation, and that's not the first time that's happened. But I can see the road clearly. I'm driving fine, but I'm also doing something else someplace else. So it's just part of who I am. It's part of who we are. I think that we're not the only ones. I know we're not the only ones. So
definitely, yeah. And so we're starting to look at ourselves differently on this earth plane. And we do, again, I think both of us got messages on this today. And in fact, we were with a friend earlier today, and a lot of things came up, and we realized how many, the different hats, as we called it, that we wear. And It's like, okay, I'm going to put this hat on, or you may have you may have a few hats going on at the same time because there is no time. so, I mean,
one eternal moment.
one eternal moment, but we spread it out, and so we can consciously understand what we're doing. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, or we wouldn't even be a conscious entity as a part of all that is, or part of source, or whatever word you want to use. So, talking about reality switches, yeah, that switch is turning, and it's
And
turning
where's
for
the
all of us.
switch? It's in consciousness.
Yeah, it is. It's us. Yes, and we're realizing more and more of ourselves. So it's like, wow. And right now we're seeing so much go on the world stage. And so what happened yesterday, because this Earth has been utilized in various ways. I'm using the word utilized because I really think that's true. It's like, okay, why did this Earth come into being? Why is it here? What happened? How come we don't no longer live in the Garden of Eden, so to speak? Or where is the Garden of Eden? Some people think it's a small place. I think it's the whole Earth. And as it started out, and I have to say that that Earth has been hijacked by various beings, and we've talked about this before.
Mhm.
I'm bringing that up again because right now, with what is going on, I tell you, I just feel it's definitely the fall of the cabal as a word to use.
Yeah, so there has been so much that has been transpiring. I mean, what a glorious event for the hostages to have been released, and for all that's going on in the Middle East, all the nations coming together for a new focus on peace, not just peace for individual countries, but peace for the entire globe. That's huge.
It is huge.
When you consider that we are a civilization that's been hijacked, um, and all these different agendas being added in that just not what we're all about at all. So it's a wonderful thing to have this being turned around.
We're starting to see what those agendas are, and a lot of people, and my books have said it's slavery, and
In all different forms.
in all forms. And I had, when I wrote it, I had no idea that we were in slavery, and I was like, wow,
The entire race.
exactly. And so, keep in mind with what's going on, and I am going to bring this up.
Not just race. I didn't mean that. The whole civilization.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying. That's the way I took it. But I am going to bring this up because, what is going on this weekend, and they're call it the No King's Day. Yet, I'm going to be somewhat blunt here. It takes a person with a lot of balls, and it can be male or female, I don't care, to do what is going on right now. And if we didn't have that in place, along with what I call the alliance, known about the alliance for quite a while. So that's mostly Earth people, and some what we would term our galactic friends involved. And so if this wasn't happening, we would not see what's going on right now. And so if you get involved on this, it's up to you. I mean, you got to follow your own heart, but be aware of what you are protesting if you are protesting. So that's my 2 cents, because it's like, wow, you know, let the cabal fall. And I mentioned the financial system the last 2 episodes. Yes, that is indeed all part of it. So it's not, don't freak out on that. It's
just a shift.
It's a shift, a reality switch. And so we're going to such a most beautiful world, and we're realizing who and what we are, and that the galactic beings that we are.
Yeah, and the way to realize our full potential is not through war. It's through peace. Actually becoming civil.
Yeah. So let's think about that. And then,
Civilization.
yeah, there's a way. Yeah. Um, okay. It took me off of what I was going to speak up next, but I'm going to still bring that in. So what is coming into view is our, our multidimensional levels. And we talked about being here and also being there, like you driving on the road, or even, you didn't turn right or left, whatever direction you were going to go in. So, and then you ran into some friends. So there's a reason why you ran into those friends. And that's for you and it's for them, whatever. But those levels, what we could term levels, is really coming into view, and we do leave ourselves markers, and we're starting to see what those markers are. And if you realize they're markers, so why did this happen? Look what happened here. This took me to this point. This took me to this job. This took me to move here. Whatever it may be, it's to me it's all planned within your soul level of existence.
Yeah, using that word markers, I know speaking for myself, I use words a lot. My attention will be drawn to a certain word, whether it's in written text or in a movie or hearing a friend say it or whatever. But that word means something to me. It gets my attention. It grabs me to the core. And it lets me know that there's something important about that word, and it's going to come up again sometime a little bit later on, maybe a couple of years down the road. But it's going to come up again, and when it does, it's going to mean something very important. So pay attention. It's a marker that I left for myself.
I don't know how many times you have told me that somebody had mentioned to you years ago, and all of a sudden it's in your face, and it's like, oh, now I understand what this all means.
Yeah.
So it's just like, wow. So it gets down to how wonderful do you, actually, you said it, I wrote it down. So it says, how wonderful do you allow yourselves to be?
Yeah, because, we were raised in a different age, totally different age, where especially women were kind of held in their place, and that's where you stayed. But that's not the way it is anymore.
Yeah.
We all, male, female, I don't care who you are, where you are, what your status is in life. There's something very special about you. You're here for a reason, and give yourself some space. Allow yourself the room to expand, to fulfill what you really are, because you're quite immense. I can tell you that.
Very much so. I was thinking of what you were saying too, because we were, even when I was younger, and it was starting to change with the females burning their bras, blah blah blah, all of that sort of thing. Free sex. It's like, okay, but at one time the women were so pigeonholed. Okay, this is what you could do. We're like, we're not doing this. And so, the times have changed, and we're moving along, and it doesn't matter if you're raising your children. I think that's absolutely wonderful. And or you're doing, again, wearing multiple hats, even as physicality, and then you're still wearing multiple hats out in the cosmos. So it's just it's kind of mind boggling. Yet again, you ask yourself, am I making this up? And you're like, I can't make this. This is so, incredible. There's no way I can make this up.
It's expanded view.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think, the other thing that somebody asked me the other day, do you think you're being tricked? That some biblical passage or something, and I'm not sure what that is, saying that you were, you may be fooled by the devil or whatever. I don't know. Totally paraphrasing, but I'm like, no, use that gut feel, use that heart, and
Yeah,
you'll
your
know.
discernment.
Always use your discernment. So, all right, you want to get on to our insights for today
Sure.
because it follows along what we've been talking about just now. But it's just like, wow. All right, I'll go first. All right. Um, again, I mentioned to you a couple times reality switch. They said, as you turn in, or they say, which is, I believe me, okay, as you tune in to the utmost part of beingness, you will witness life on many multi-dimensional levels. Yes, most of you wear many hats, and you are beginning to see those hats, conscious of yourself being here, but also there, and there. Or you can say here, here, and here.
Yeah.
So just take the T off of there. Interesting. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. The earth has become the beacon, transformer of physical life. Interesting word, transformer of physical life. Through your many hats, are you making or allowing this to take place? You are beginning to understand and comprehend the levels of consciousness on this earth plane and all around. That means beyond this earth plane. Your world is opening up. New manifestations are coming forth. New possibilities, new inventions. You are seeing more of yourselves. The cap is being lifted. What once held the human down is being taken away. Listen to that still voice within. Prosperity in all areas is in the works. It is up to you to accept and allow the real you to make itself known. These are magical times. We see them as magical. Do not bite the hand that feeds you. In good health, it is there for the taking. This is for everyone. Let no man divide you. If you feel division, look inside of yourself. What is it in you that you feel this way? What is it? What makes you feel that you're being divided or made to feel divided? Old preconceived structures are coming to an end. It is almost over. Let the good times roll. I like the way that ended. Let the good times roll. So a lot said in there is because we are understanding more of ourselves.
Finally.
Yes. Finally. All right, go right. Please share.
Okay, here's my insight. This is truly the age of responsibility. Many diverse energies are in movement during this culmination of timelines and agendas upon the face of the earth. Without an anchor to your own North Star, it is difficult to discern not only what is truth, but discerning your own active role in the disclosure of that which is truth. Now, it is increasingly important to play your own role, wear your own hat, so to speak, so that which is yours to accomplish is taken care of in the most fruitful and efficient way. Allow your own self to stretch your own beautiful wings so that you reach the heights that only you can reach. Now is the time to take action. Now is the time to speak up Now, in this time frame, is your marker to step forward and be counted as one who followed through and made a difference. Be the one in the arena who actually did something meaningful. Our work here has only just begun. As was stated in the movie Millennium, this is not the end. This is not the beginning of the end. It is the end of the beginning. We've only just begun.
That's a song.
Yep.
You mentioned in there and about the North Star being an anchor.
Mhm.
I'm questioning. Is that? Do you know why?
It really grabbed a hold of me when that came through. Uh, Follow your North Star. You know, the North Star for the Earth, that is during this time frame. The North Star is it. If you took time lapse photography, the North Star would stay in that exact spot, and it would look like all the stars and planets were revolving around it. So it's like that anchored point that is stable and secure. So anchored to your own North Star, find that which holds you true, which anchors you, grounds you, helps you to be steady inside, so that you're not swayed by the winds of falsehoods, so to speak. So yeah, that's what I get from
Okay.
North Star.
Well, that explains it nicely. Yeah. Okay. I have something else in mind. Oh, we didn't even talk about this today, but I'm bringing it up, and that's the 3i Atlas. There's been so many people that have remote viewed it or whatever, or some are saying they're bringing information from Atlantis, which goes into Egypt and all of that. So I haven't gotten any negative feelings about AI Atlas or 3i Atlas, excuse me. 3i AI. 3i Atlas, but I don't know about you.
All I can tell you is that this past week, especially, I've been having visions, and it's variations on the same thing over and over again. And what I'm seeing in vision is uh, it's like this sphere, sphere,